than 40k, in fact 40k Kenyan shillings. If you are a beginner, you don't need everything. The secret is start by buying the basics. So imagine if I tell you that you don't need 100,000s to start a cyber cafe business. Actually, you need less than 50k, 50,000 Kenyan shillings, less than that to start a cyber cafe business. I know you won't believe me. Anyway, if you're new to this channel and you're just coming it for the first time, this is the_ke vlogs, and in this channel I do tech videos, like small hacks you can do either on your phone, on your computer, and as well as I do vlogs, but not so often. I only do vlogs when I get time, like when I get out of this vicinity where I stay. So make sure you go through my channel, subscribe, like, comment, and guys, let's dive into this video. So I know you're wondering, so how am I going to distribute this money to have everything that I need in a cyber cafe? Actually, for you to start a cyber cafe business, if you are a beginner, you don't need everything. Even Rome wasn't built in one day. You don't need like everything, boom, everything you have in your cyber cafe running. As long as you start with the basics. And one thing people don't know, cyber cafe is 1,000% profitable business that people don't know. That is a video for another day, where I will shoot stating or showcasing how cyber cafe business is profitable in these days. Okay, so the secret is start by buying the basics, and out of these basics, the income that you get. One secret before I get to the next point: don't eat all your money. Eat 5%, save 95%. That's why I've told you cyber cafe business is profitable, but that's a video for another day. So guys, I want to budget for you starter package that is less than 40k Kenyan shillings, and you are good to go with the cyber cafe business. Step one, for you to start a cyber cafe business, you have to know the location you want to set this business. Okay, if it's close to, let's say, a university or a college, you know there are a lot of students, there's a lot of traffic, there are a lot of people who are passing there. That is a very good location, but just know each location comes with a different pricing. When it comes to county government, you have to pay something to county government. It's called, I think it's called tax. All right, so choose step number one: location. Make sure that your business is strategically located to attract more customer. Okay, don't even measure in the urban centers, go even into the villages. You find that some people travel for kilometers, over 100 kilometers, to go and do a photocopy worth 10 bob. You should take that opportunity and set up a cyber cafe business there, and you will attract all people close to you. And remember, there are also schools around there, so you also have cut some transportation cost for these teachers who want to go do photocopy, where they travel for over 100 kilometers to go and do photocopy. Take advantage of also those rural areas, especially the most interior parts. So step number two: county government. Depending where you're setting up this business, the pricing or the taxation of county government varies. Deep into the villages, tax that you pay to county government will rate from 500 to at most 1,500. But now the more you advance, or the more you go to town, to city centers, it will be as high as 5,000, as high as, I don't know if it's ever reached 8,000. But also, it also depends with the size of your business. Okay, they just come to a business and then look at it. But if you are a starter, they won't charge you more than 5,000. So let's just do a calculation of county government. You need to just have 5,000 already in your hands. And as long as it's a business that you just opened, those officials will come to your business, and you will explain to them that this business is my first business, so they won't harass you, they won't ask you for money. Okay, they'll give you a grace period of 2 to 3 months, okay, to give you time to see if indeed that business is generating good income. Yeah, most of them, they don't harass, as long as you just talk to them well. And talking to them well doesn't mean you bribe them. It is how you present yourself, how you present your communication skills to them. That is what matters. But yeah, they won't ask you for anything in your first month or in the it depends on how you agree. Some will even give you a grace period of 4 months, some 3, some 2, some 1. Yeah. So let's go now to these basic requirements. Okay, point number 3. For a starter, I would always advise to buy a HP printer. And I have gone through online. These printers are so affordable, as cheap as 6K, as cheap as 7K, all the way to 14K. Okay, but let's do this calculation with a price of 5,000. Okay, I hope you have a pen and you are doing these calculations where you are. So not 5K, but let's budget for a printer that is worth 80,000, and this is HP. For a starter, start with the HP printer. That's my advice. I have a reason as to why I'm telling you that. Uh-huh. Point number 4. Oh, I've written it on a paper, that's why my eyes are looking down. Printing papers. You are just starting this business. You don't need a whole carton of printing papers. You only need 2 reams of papers, and you go where they're sold at least affordable. So one ream can go for around 400 or 500. So let's calculate with a price of 400 for one ream. So you need 2 reams, which costs 800. That one is good too. It will help you to kickstart your business. And then one thing with these HP printers, they don't come with inks. So you will have to buy ink bottles, 4 of them, one for black and then the other 3 for the colored inks. And each bottle goes for 150 or 200. It depends where you are buying these ink bottles from. But sorry for the noise. But let's calculate using 150 per bottle. So times 4, you get 600. Okay. And then make sure you buy. Let me show you how the ink bottles look like. So this is how the ink bottles look like. Okay, I don't have a black one. I don't know, maybe it was misplaced, but this is how the ink bottles look like. These are for the colored cartridge, or it has cartridge actually. Yeah, so this is for the colored cartridge, and then there is a black one. It's designed in black. I don't have it with me here. So these are the ink bottles you're supposed to buy. They are even written here for HP. Okay, I don't know if you can see. For use, it's written right there for HP purposely. From away from ink bottles, let's go to laptop. Because how are you going to print? How are you going to type for your customers? For a starter, don't go and buy a desktop system. It's just expensive. I'm actually doing this calculation in a restricted budget of 40K. So buy a laptop, and I have gone through online, and there are laptops as cheap as from 10K all the way to 40K, but we are doing a budget of less than 20K for a laptop. That is, so go buy a laptop that ranges between 10,000 to 15,000, not above 15,000 for a starter, right? Now you have your laptop worth 15,000. Let's go to this laptop. Remember, it's new. It needs program, and some of these programs you use them in your cyber cafe. For example, the packages, the normal packages, Word, Excel, Publisher, the music player, and everything. So you go to a bigger now cyber cafe, and then you talk to that person, and he or she will install some programs on your laptop to enable its functionality, and it depends with how you talk with him or her. So you might be charged 1,000. So let me just talk of 1,000. Tell them this is my first business, and I need these programs, but I'll give you 1,000. And then make sure you build trust. Assure them that I will also come back, maybe to buy other programs, the now advanced programs, maybe the ones, for example, that flash the phone, or they restore the phone to factory settings. So if you give them 1,000, you're good to go. That is now for computer or laptop programs. You need a table, because where are you going to place your printer and your laptop and even your inks? Remember, this is a starter business for a person who is just starting. All right. So you need a table, and in this table you're going to place your laptop here, and then your printer, where you will connect that printer to the laptop to allow printing and scanning of documents. Okay, and on the further side you're going to place your printing papers. Okay, you're going to place your printing papers over there. And mind you, this table, it also has a drawer. So inside this drawer, you'll be placing your money. The other drawer, you'll place your inks or any other pending papers or pending work that is. And the table might range between 1,500 to 2,500. It depends on how you're going to bargain at the workshop. All right, yeah. So 2,500, add on that list of yours. You need photo printing papers. These are just papers that are used to print passports or normal papers. And here they are. I'm just going to show you. So this is how they look. This is a photo printing paper, and inside it has 105 sheets. As you can see, it has 105 sheets. And on one printing paper, you can make a lot of money. As if actually, each size, it's like this. It has a size like this one. So you find a passport, you can just use this small piece here. You cut into 4 pieces and you charge a person for it. So imagine how many people are you going to print passports out of this one paper. How profitable it is indeed. And then one normal photo paper, full 3, it's 3 by 4 dimension, 3 by 4. You will charge them either 20 bob or 30 bob or 40 bob. It depends where you've set this business. All right. So just one paper, one ream of that printing paper that I've shown you, it costs 300 Kenyan shillings. It ranges from 250 to 300 to even 350, depends where you're buying this paper from. Now let's go to embossed papers. Embossed papers are these papers that are used to print certificates, invitation cards like wedding, birthday, homecoming, graduation, and they're very profitable. And one ream of embossed paper costs 500 Kenyan shillings. Okay, and you know the reason as to why I'm including these types of paper is because I want to help you increase your income. And it's out of this income that you will expand your business. You will add other things into your cyber business. For example, you know, you'll add a Wi-Fi, you will add, let's say, now a desktop system, you will add other stationaries. Okay, now electricity, because cyber is fully functional on electric power. For a starter, as little as 200, it will keep you going. It will even keep you going for 2 months at least. Paying rent, you found a shop, you have these basic requirements for a cyber. Now you have to discuss with the landlord, how much are you going to pay him or her. Most of them, they don't have problems, they understand it's just as a business you started, so they won't ask you to pay rent before you launch a business or before you start running your business. Most of them, they will allow you to run the business for the whole month, and then you agree on rent. Some are very strict. They'll tell you, this rent, I'm going to charge you 3,000. Okay, but I've come to realize not all landlords charge rent the same. It depends, because not all businesses bring a lot of money every day. So you might find for your case, they will charge you between 2,000 Kenyan shillings to 5,000 Kenyan shillings. So let's calculate on a price of 3,500 as rent at the end of the month, or let's say 3,000. So you'll work for that month, and then at the end you will pay for that month. And we are calculating at a range of 3,000 Kenyan shillings as your monthly rent. You need envelopes, because customers will come to your shop, they'll do a lot of photocopies, and they will need a place to carry their papers or their documents. For a packet of envelopes, carrying 100 envelopes, they will charge you for 100. So it means one envelope they've sold you at 10 bob. But remember, you're going to sell them the A4 ones at 20 bob. So you're going to make a profit, 100% profit there. How much? You're going to make also 100 bob from that profit. You need staples and stapler. A stapler itself without staples costs 300. It depends, 250 to 300. And then staples worth 100 Kenyan shillings, they are good to go. You need a table. Oh, I said the table, not really table. You need a chair, because where are you going to sit as you operate on your laptop. You need a chair, and a chair, plastic chair for a starter, that is, you will be charged 800 Kenyan shillings. All right. You also need a bench for the customers. You're typing a document for a customer. They don't need to stand. Okay, you need to have a bench for them to sit as they relax as you do work for them, and a bench might cost between 1,000 to 200. You just have to agree with the carpenter on how much he will charge you. So, but we are calculating with a price of 1,000. So, tell me at the end of this video, how much have you found as the total price you need to start a cyber cafe business? As easy as that, as cheap as that. You don't need 100,000s to start your cyber cafe business. So, if you found this video really educative, why not hit subscribe button, leave a comment. If there is something that I've left out, kindly feel free to write it in the comment sections. Until next time, bye bye.